This is a 2005 Ford Mustang GT. Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how not to install Corbeau Lg1 seats. Well, today I'm going to show you how to install Corbeau Lg1 seats, kind of. Okay, so what I decided to do was go to the Corbeau website and found their LG1 website. I'll put a link below for you guys to check out. So what's nice about this site is you can configure the seat in the way you want to. If you go to American Muscle, you don't really have too many options, but if you go to Corbeau directly, the prices are pretty much the same. So I just decided to order everything from Corbeau.com. And what I chose, so they start off at $798, that's for a pair. And they have different colors, as you can see over here, red. I was thinking about getting red since I have sort of red accents in my car, but you can only get that with the cloth seats, and I wanted the micro suede suites. The leather seats I also considered, but if you look at the leather seats, those aren't the leather seats. How's the leather? So here's the leather. Actually right here, here's the leather. Yeah, actually here's a good picture of all the options that you can have. These are cloth, blue and red, inserts and gray. I actually really liked these gray micro suede seats, gray and black. I just didn't want to take a chance on it kind of not fitting in my car and not looking well, so I just got the black micro suede. But the leather I also considered, but it doesn't have any Corbeau markings on it, and I kind of wanted the Corbeau marking on the seat. So I decided to go with the Corbeau micro suede Lg1 seats. So I'm just going to go through here. The anti-submarine slot, what's going to happen is, let me just pull this back up. So in this, I'll use this one as an example. In this vicinity here, they're going to put a cutout, a slot that your anti-submarine belt, it's essentially your fifth point. So it makes it a 5-point harness instead of a 4. You have this thing that kind of goes up between your legs. Which if you're a guy, it's a little dangerous, but I don't know. Seems to be not too bad. So I decided to go with that. Anti-submarine slot for both. They're $39 a piece. Inflatable lumbar support. My back sometimes is sensitive. Actually, one of the reasons I considered the FX1 Pro seats, because a lot of Mustang folks have those. I didn't want to take a chance on it not being at the right angle because it's a fixed back, and the LG1 is a reclining seat, so that's why I chose essentially the LG1 over the FX Pro. The FX1 Pro is actually a little bit lighter. I think it's 19 pounds and the LG1 is 26 pounds. So I chose lumbar support for the passenger and driver. I didn't want to get the heated seats, even though my stock seats are heated. I didn't think, I'm not going to really be driving this car in the wintertime because there's no traction, so I decided not to do the heated seats. So, you know, $150 per seat, that's kind of pricey. Seat Saver is just a cover. I'm not going to get that, at least for now. And the grand total, $974 per seat. Per pair. Another thing that I decided to go with was their harness bar. I wanted to install their harness belts. So this particular, so I decided to go with their harness bar. Before, they were actually sending it in a silver color. I think what they're sending mostly now is black. It looks okay. There's really not too much contrast between my black seats and then, you know, this bar, but that's okay. I might powder coat it red later, I don't know, we'll see. It looks fine. And then I went and got their harness belts. I got their 5.3 inch harness belts, and I'll put all the links here in the description so you guys can easily find them. 5-point black cam lock. Now to note, these are not for pair. I actually messed up and only ordered one because I thought they came in pairs. Because of the price, it's like $150 for one. That seems pricey, but in fact it is. So $149, and I chose the black. They have a different, here's all their options. They have red, gray, and black. I did put in with black. Harness pads, I went ahead and chose the 3-inch red harness pads. Yeah, so here's the harness pads. Basically, these are just pads that go fit on the outside of the belt. And it kind of helps, helps sort of put them tightly against your shoulders, or at least I guess near your pecs, put it in that area. I like them. They look nice. They got the red just to kind of provide some contrast. So the other thing that you're going to need to do is if you have a 2008 and above Mustang, I think your seats are probably going to come with airbags. If you have a 2005 to 2007, I think that was an option. So my car, 2008, and actually the seats themselves have airbags built into them. And when you go to a new seat that doesn't have any of those airbags, you're going to have to trick the computer into thinking there is an airbag. And essentially what you need to do is add in a resistance into that circuit. And there was a little bit of confusion, I think. I think there's some wrong information out there on the internet, which I discovered. And basically, the 2005 to 2007s, the resistance across the airbag is between 7 and 8 ohms. However, when I was installing my seats, I actually did end up measuring the resistance across the airbag, and it came out to be 2.2. Because initially I bought these plugs because before I bought them, LMR, Late Model Restoration, was selling them as a 2005 to 2009 compatible. So I get credit for helping them see the problem with these, and that's when they actually changed that year. So my 1 second of fame, I guess. So I cut out the back of this and just replaced the resistor with a 2.2 ohm resistor. You can buy these at your local electronics store. Soldered them in, and then everything worked really well. So after you take out your stock seats, what you want to do is kind of lay your seats down on their backs, so you can easily get access to all the stuff underneath. For the passenger side seat, you're going to have to remove the air bladder, which is inside. And I think the easiest way to do that is to pop the bottom cushion up on the seat, and then you can essentially get access to the liquid fueled bladder that's inside. You're going to want to transfer it to your new seat. Getting this out pretty easily. The hardest part about the passenger side seat is you're going to have to remove all the wiring harness, and also you're going to have to drill out the airbag module that's here, mounts here. This is what the airbag module mounts to. You're going to have to drill it out, drill the rivets out, and then pop out the black module that sits right in here. Go ahead and transfer that to your new seat. Doesn't matter where you attach it to. I think I just used zip ties and fastened it underneath. So that's about it. So with a wiring harness for the passenger seat, airbag module, the black box basically, and then the air bladder that detects the passenger weight essentially. I think the passenger side is probably the hardest to do. Now as far as the driver side, the only thing you'll have to worry about is the wiring harness and the seat position sensor, which mounts, I believe it mounted somewhere over here with just one bolt. Okay, so as I mentioned before, you got to take this liquid filled bladder out of the passenger side of your stock seat, and you need to transplant it back into the new seat. So for these Lg1 seats, some people will tell you to kind of remove these round clip things on the bottom, and then kind of take your new seat apart. I don't think you need to do that. What I ended up doing was going in from the top. So the Lg1 seat, this bottom cushion does not actually lift up, but the air bladder is actually composed of 4 layers. So you have this kind of soft cushiony layer, which is on the bottom. The next layer is this thin plastic layer, and then the next layer is actually the bladder that's filled with like a liquidy gel type of thing. Then the next one, the last layer, is another plastic layer that basically, you have 2 plastic layers that sandwich the liquid bladder. I put in the 3 layers, okay? So the plastic, the liquid filled bladder, and then the other plastic side I actually slipped in between here. It's a little hard, but you can do it. It's going to be much easier than actually taking your new seat apart. So just slip it in here, go slow. And another thing that I had to do was cut off part, so I had to shorten the plastic, the 2 plastic layers by maybe 2 or 3 inches, just so they'd fit inside here. So I slipped in 1, 2, 3 layers right into here and pull it through. And then the final layer, the cushiony thing, I slipped underneath here. And then what's hard to see is I cut, because this connector has to come out. I had to cut a line through here just so when I slipped it in, the connector could come through. I don't know if that makes sense. Here's that black airbag module. You have to drill out the rivets, but I just decided to mount everything here. Here's this wiring harness. Most of the stuff you don't really need. You can cut some of the stuff off, but I just decided to leave everything because I wasn't sure what you needed versus what you didn't need. So here is the seatbelt wire that actually tells the computer that your seatbelt's actually buckled. So I had retained that, and that's pretty much. So I attached all the wiring with zip ties to this black frame here. Not the frame, but the black little zigzaggy things. Don't know what you call them. And that's pretty much it. And then zipped it all up. It has a cover. The new seats will have a cover, and then you just the Velcros up into here. For the most part, it looks like this. So you'll have to connect up the airbag bladder electronics here, and I just put a cutout there. And that's pretty much it. So I want to give a shout out to 4 Eyes. This is a YouTube channel that is pretty cool. This guy is building up a 2007 Ford Mustang GT, and he's building it up stage by stage, and he just hit 1,000 subscribers, so I want to congratulate him. Job well done. He actually makes like super high quality videos. They're like, he does things that you don't see. I mean, he just incorporates things that are pretty cool. So I think if you haven't got a chance to, subscribe to his channel and check it out. It's pretty cool. I think he's starting to kind of build up his car now. So he'll be posting a lot more videos pretty soon. So look out for that.